I am joined now by Mark Krumbein, an attorney who has worked on many death penalty cases. I want to thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
What ratchets up the level of a death penalty case? How is it different?
Well, an aggravated murder alone could not be a death penalty case unless there were other death penalty specifications, such as, in this case, like a burglary or something in addition to the murder. And there were double homicide, things like of that nature, which both of these would apply in this case right off the bat.
Things like planning and what went into planning, does that play any?
Well, you need, for an aggravated murder, you need to have premeditation, but an aggravated murder alone could be, often is not a death penalty case. It's got to have like other components that can make the death penalty possible, and then the prosecutor has to want that to happen and indict that way.
How long could this all take to play out?
Well, I heard the prosecutor, Mr. Junk, say that maybe 2 years, but he's forgetting that the defendants themselves can ask for a speedy trial. If they want to, they could force the state to go forward within 90 days, but that's very unlikely because they would never have time to prepare properly.
How do things change if they are able to get one of the suspects to flip?
Well, I would say in this case it would be pretty likely. Of the 4 alleged murderers, they may not want to give any of those a break, but that may be their offer to try to get help with the others, or maybe they'll pressure the grandmothers to give evidence against their own children and grandchildren.
Got it. Do you expect a change of venue in this case, Mark?
Well, I would say it's more likely than not. This is obviously out in the country, not a metropolitan area, where in a metropolitan area there'd be a lot of people still that might not know about what's going on, but in that area,
everybody knows.
Yeah, it's everybody. It's been the talk for years now.
We have about 20 seconds left. The biggest challenges facing both the defense and the prosecution.
Well, the prosecution has got to sort of narrow down the case. They've got to put on all the evidence, but they can't let it go too long. The defense, they've got massive amounts of evidence they're going to have to go through to figure out their theory of defense.
All right. So it will be something, of course, that we continue to follow, and we thank you for your perspective going into this process.
All right. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Much appreciated. All right, as the Pike County attorney mentioned, it could be years before everything is settled in these cases. The 9 On Your Side I-Team will keep bringing you the latest details on this case. And for continuing coverage, check out our website, WCPO.com.